Hey, Gary here with AI Blogging Day 42. Today we're going to be taking a look at letting ChatGPT do some internal linking for us between our blog posts. We're in Groove right here. We have this Unveiling the Cosmos, a deep dive into the criticisms and controversies of the Big Bang Theory. Of course, going back to day 39 when we looked at this and we were inside of ChatGPT and it was right in the article. We did have some issues, so I went back to the old way. I just went to the default model without a connection to the internet to generate the content or the main content, sort of the meat of what I wanted to talk about as far as Big Bang Theory criticisms. Because of the issues being connected to the internet, it was finding criticisms about the TV show. So you can see I use my standard handy dandy prompt that I've been using where I list the keywords and then have it build the outline. So I built the outline and then of course I went through and I also added the outline that we got from the internet connected using the ChatGPT plugins. I've covered that in the previous updates, but I wanted to show this for completeness so you can see how I combined those, and then it came up with that blog post. And then at that point, I just started writing the blog post as well with the frequently asked questions. Again, these frequently asked questions came from the plugin chat in the future updates or in the past updates. And in the future, when we do updates, we'll be looking at this more and more as we get used to. And I think in a sense, as ChatGPT and the plugins become more mature, we'll get better results. Then of course, I just wrote the section, or I wrote the post section by section, and you can see it went through and it created that post. And as well as I created the tables and then the CSS and the HTML. And that gave me this post right here. Now, what I did is after I went through this post, and you can see a link here. This is an internal link. You can see down in the left-hand corner, the URL. Then you'll see another one here, another internal link, and then here, another internal link. And then the rest of the post doesn't have any external or internal links, because what I did at this point, based upon the category that we're looking at here, Cosmology Basics, and you can see the URL here, category Cosmology Basics, there are 6 posts that are tagged inside of Cosmology Basics, and the Big Bang Theory is sort of a subcategory of Cosmology Basics at this point to build that topical authority. I went to the AI and I used the plugin, and you can see here it's called Access Link, and I gave it this prompt. After reading all the blog posts on this page, and I gave it the categories page, I asked it for at least 3 internal linking opportunities with rich anchor text for the blog post. Now you can see here that it tried to request that page, and it requested, or the plugin access link requested based upon what I prompted ChatGPT to request for the plugin, or to make the request to the plugin, because the idea here is you prompt ChatGPT and then ChatGPT looks at your enabled plugins up to 3. And in this case, I only had this one. Then it fed that information to Access Link, and you can see that here. Then you can also see here it replied, "I'm sorry, but there was an issue with accessing the content of the URLs." But of course, ChatGPT, being the helpful assistant it is, it gave me a guide and some guidance on how to do internal linking, as well as talking about the way that it works, and then a hypothetical example. Of course, these URLs are not real, but at that point, I went and I said, okay, well, let me just feed it the information. And I said, try again, and here are the 5 pages that I want you to look at from that category. And then I want you to create the opportunity for linking, and then Access Link. And if you want to see the Access Link here, you can see Access Link actually pulled the blog post. It read all of these, and then it pulled the blog post and it read it. And it said, based on the content of the blog post, Big Bang Theory criticisms, here are 3 internal linking opportunities. You can see the table it provided. It provided the rich anchor text and the internal link. So all I did at that point was I just grabbed the rich anchor text here and I copied that, and I went back to the post. Of course, I was in the post editor, but I did a Control F and did a find. I found that, and then I linked out to it. And now you can see that that link, that internal link, is there. And all that came from inside of ChatGPT, in this case using Access Link to read that blog post. And then I fed it the links here. Of course, I probably could have said, okay, up here, I could have changed my prompt and just told it to, okay, read all or pull all the links from that category page. But I just went ahead and just did it manually, because sometimes I think you can overthink the fact of, oh, I need to automate this process. Well, I just had the links, or I already had the links. So why not just give that information to the AI? Just like if you're working with a person, don't go, okay, we'll go get all this information and then do this next steps. If you already have the information, just give them the information and let them go to the task at hand, getting to work on the task at hand, so then they can compile the information for you, do the task, and then you're finished. And that's what I did here. And that's how I use ChatGPT and the plugin to do the interlinking. Is it perfect? I don't know. Will we look at more opportunity for how we can look or get more information once we start doing these links? Look at the links and then even go to the next step in the next update. Once we get the links built across that category, then have another plugin actually show us or draw us a diagram and diagram it all out for us, as well as create us a table of all the links. That way we have all of our links and interlinks in one table, as well as a diagram, so we can just easily reference it. We're going to take a look at that in the next update. So if you're tracking along and enjoying this and having a good time, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments, got questions, or you want to see a very specific thing or a plugin that you saw that you think might help me out. Let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next update.